Hi all, Jessie B Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for Scrap 5 Challenge, and in the challenge we have to use wood veneer, an ink pad, a photo of an animal or an animal embellishment, 3 or more colors, and hand journaling. So here's my photo of my animal. This is Don. He was curled up, well, sprawled out, asleep on my lap. And I just thought he was so cute, so I took a picture of him. And, yeah, so I am going to scrap this and try to get all the elements on there. And, yeah, we'll see how I do. So let's get going. Right here. So I designed this sketch, so I am going to try to use it. Alright, let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to use a piece of white cardstock as my background. I thought about using maybe a soft pattern paper or something, but then I decided I really wanted these squares to kind of pop off the page. So I am going to cut out squares, 2x2 squares, and I think I cut 2 of all the different floral patterns and then 2 of a stripe pattern. And I'm going to line them up on a diagonal from the top right down to the bottom left, just like in the sketch. And yeah, these are going to be my background for the page. So I drew this sketch because I love multi patterns and little, I don't know, I'm really drawn to, I guess, the quilt type look to papers. And so, yeah, this sketch I figured was a good one for the Scrap 5 challenge. Because I'm able to get more than 3 colors on here. I have a lot of colors. I think I have all the colors. I have yellow, red, blue, black, green, brown, orange. Yeah, way more than 3 colors. So that works perfect. And then even gold. This stripe is actually a gold. So gold and white stripe here. And then I'm getting those on. I will take this paper here. It's a piece of cardstock, kind of. I don't know if you guys know what Jamberry nails are, but I used to sell Jamberries a long time ago. And I have quite a few of these packages where I'd get the Jamberry nail art, and so I would take them. I decided to keep some of the packaging because it's really pretty. So I am just going to use that as one of my pattern papers, and I like it mixed in with this one here. And then I got my photograph, and then I'm going to use this one butterfly at the bottom, but this moth is giving me a really hard time. You'll see me a little bit later after I get all the stuff glued down. I really struggle with that moth, so I end up not using it, but that's okay. So for the ink pad, I am going to do a little bit of stamping, and I figured since it was said ink pad, I could use it any way I wanted, so I'm going to use it like an ink pad was intended and do some stamping. The ink I have does not work well to turn it into like watercolor or anything like that, but I could have stamped it straight onto my page and had a little square, and I thought about doing that and making one of my squares a ink spot. But I decided no. And I'm going to use this border stamp here, like the stitching in my sketch. So I have two spots, one on the top and one on the bottom of the stitching. And so I'm going to use that stamp eventually. So first thing I'm going to just try to figure out how I want to have my squares on this layout. So I bring out my 18-inch ruler and I just draw two lines, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the squares on either side of the line. So there will be a gap in between the squares, but I am not putting the gaps in between each square on the line. So I was going to, I even spread them out that way, and then I started gluing them down, and truthfully I forgot until I was mostly done, and I was like, I'm not peeling these all back up. So there is no gap in between each square, but it's okay. It still looks fine. Excuse me. So, getting all these down, I end up coming up a little bit short, so I do have to cut another pattern paper. Actually, I cut two, and use this one here I will use on the other side, and then this one here I'm using right here, and then I'll add that other one. They are different pattern papers, but yeah, they kind of resemble each other, but they are different. And I get those all trimmed off. And while I'm doing that, I want to remind everyone this is a hop, so check everybody else out that is playing along. We do this hop the second Saturday of each month. It's a lot of fun, and trying to figure out what you can do with the 5 things in the recipe. So here's where I'm doing the stamping, and this stamp works out just perfect for making just one little stitch line on each side. And then here's where I'm going to trade out that one moth butterfly, I think. It's not a moth butterfly, it's just a moth. Anyways, maybe not. Maybe this is where I keep getting ahead of myself. Sorry. I am going to do 2 mats on the behind the photo. I'm using this purple floral paper as one mat, and I thought about just leaving it and only having the one mat, but it lays across one of the purple squares, and so it kind of blends in right there, and I didn't like that, so I am going to grab another piece of paper and do another mat on it. So here's where I'm looking at that moth, trying to decide how I want it to be flying, and I can't figure it out. It's just driving me crazy. I know it's a moth, but I can't figure out how I want it to sit. So I grab a ladybug instead, and I like the ladybug. It's a cute ladybug. And then here's where I'm going to use this package. It was a envelope, and it has the gold dots on it, and so I figure that works good with the gold stripes I already have, and so I am just going to have a small amount of it showing all the way around, and it doesn't match anything else, so it pops off the page nicely, in my opinion. So I'll get that glued down right here. And then since these these bugs, the ladybug and the oh, what is it? Butterfly. I am really having a hard time with thinking. I'm just like watching myself do it instead of, talking. Anyways, I get those glued down and I'm using Elmer's, what's it called? Elmer's Craft Bond. It's supposed to be a more forgiving type of glue so that it is flexible when it dries. And I was hoping that would help keep these from popping off. And since those aren't really wood veneer, and the recipe does call for wood veneer, I decided to go in and grab some stars out of my wood veneer stash. These stars are from Chadney, and so I put 3 little clusters of stars beside each bug. And that way, there's definitely real wood veneer on here, as well as the I think they're a laser cut embellishment out of the chipboard or cardboard, whatever it is. I really like them, and so yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more next time I go to the Dollar Tree. So my title is going to be Lazy Cat, and in my sketch I put it right across some of the squares, and I actually try that. I'll put lazy down and realize I can't see it. It blends in too much. So I will move it up onto the white paper above the squares. And it's just going to all of a sudden appear up there. See? Okay, so I have lazy, and then I'm going to do cat in these little tiny tile stickers here. And so I figured that was a perfect title for this. And then, let's see, I think I have most everything done on I have wood veneer, I used an ink pad, I have a picture of an animal, 3 or more colors. So now I'm just finishing up with the hand journaling. And so I'm just writing, Don Don loves to snuggle with us as we watch TV. And yeah, so there it is. Thank you so much for watching. Here's the sketch if you want to try it. And here are the close-ups. And I'll see you next time. Bye.